Okay, welcome back to our Coriolis, the Third Horizon. I'm getting better. Hold up the book. Campaign. We are running the Emissary Lost, which is the first part of the Mercy of the Icons campaign, official campaign. So our heroes, I'm just making sure it's working. Our heroes, who are the crew of the Sacred Oasis, have been following the trail of both the emissary, sometimes called the messenger, who has been kidnapped, and closer to them, the niece of their captain. Uh, they have been planet side now for a little over a week, I guess, and currently seem to be getting closer to their goal. They met last session with the weapons smith, um, and apparently engineer working with uh, Leod de Kazar, which is that is who is kind of moving these kidnapped people using stasis beds, and they are currently at the betrothal ceremony of Dixar and is Dixar Elxar? It's Dixar today. Dixar and a young lady from the hegemony. So, in any case, you guys have come back from downstairs with the weaponsmith, who is hoping to flee a kind of indentured servitude that she's got with Kazar. And the party's in full swing. I'm gonna roll back because I kind of shot forward a little bit, so you guys get a little teaser at the end of the last one. But we'll roll back as you guys are coming up out of the downstairs area, breaking through into the hall. It's a large hall. There are speeches going on. It's a pretty fancy wedding. It's clear that he went all out. Kind of spending above his limit to make this happen. Uh, Armand was standing guard to make sure that nobody followed you guys downstairs. So as you guys pop up, you'll all be together again. And as you come up into this hall, we'll have you intro your characters, and then I'll read that whole thing again where we see what happens. So, Crystal, tell us a little bit about your character.
I am playing Cyrus Toima. She is an engineer. Uh, she fixes stuff on the ship. Um, and, uh, right now she's kind of uh, kind of excited because everything seems to have gone well here, much better than she expected it to go. And she doesn't have a gun, and it looks like she's not going to need one. So that's Cyrus.
That's true. Why would you need a gun at a wedding or a betrothal ceremony? Nikki, tell us about your character.
I play Amira, captain of the Sacred Oasis and best friend to Saeed. And yeah, she's glad that Ramon gave her back her fan at this point, just in case she might need it. And she wants to get out of this because she knows they're very close now to finding her niece after talking to the engineer, Georgia, or whatever. I think that was her name. And yeah, she's like, oh goodness, we need to get out of here. And that's Amira.
Yeah, Jaja Duha, the gunsmith and engineer. Um, Rahman, Young, tell us about your character, Rahman.
So Raman's been watching. He was the lookout while the party went down to the basement, and yeah, he was serving baklava and mingling with the people all along, just scoping out what's happening, and he was hoping to, he was keeping a close eye on Leod. But yeah, nothing seems to be out of place right now. But well, we'll find out, I guess.
Right. Next time on. And finally, last but not least, Mike, tell us about your character.
I'm playing Saeed. Saeed is the gunner for the Sacred Oasis. He's also a very close friend to Amira. Um, he views her as a sister. And right now, his spidey senses are going off the wall, considering the fact that they just released a Nectra. And they also have someone else that they're trying to get out of here. So he knows there's something going on because there seems to be a lot of activity. And he just assumed that they not be a part of any of that. So he's got his eyes wide open, and he's hoping to clear this banquet hall as quickly as possible.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so before I actually do this, this reading, as it would be, you can actually make an observation check, Young, for Ramon, because you actually did see the thing that you might actually see, like before, I guess. If that makes
All
sense.
right.
I
Just
mean,
give me
it'll make sense.
one moment.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm trying to log on to Roll20 right now.
All right.
Just 10 more seconds, hopefully.
Time is ticking. The guns are firing. You're trying to log into Roll20.
All
Making
right,
a data
here we
chin
go.
check. That's an observation, please, sir.
Okay, observation. Here we go. Did I make it?
I don't know. I didn't see it. Apparently, I need to open that window.
No, I did not.
Okay, so you don't see it. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled one,
It's-
I guess.
Oh, you rolled one. Okay, well, that's not. Yeah,
One of them.
you are not. You don't see anything different than anybody else's, which is fine. It's not critical. Okay, so as you guys come up and you see Rahman, who's handing out baklava and probably tasting baklava as he goes. For any of the very rich that want to have the food tasted to make sure it's not poison, I'm sure he's volunteering. But you can see that as is customary, these marriages, there's kind of a there's this big party, and then there's like paperwork signed. It's like a negotiation in a sense, and then I mean, you can look at it like it has some connection to the icons, but it's also a very kind of political and business ceremony. So as they're signing off the final papers, then Leo gets up to basically to speak. And I will be looking at. So Leo gets up and walks over to the steps leading down from the head tables. He looks across the room and raises his hands towards Din Ramas in a welcoming gesture. Now remember, that's the father of the woman who is his son's being betrothed to. Honored guests, an accord has been signed. Debaran and Zenith shall become one. Ours will be a line courtesans will sing of for centuries to come. This is the beginning of something new, a beautiful, more harmonious horizon. Witness, friends, the miracle we call unity. Okay, so then Edion Din Ramaz rises with clenched jaw and sullen face to acknowledge the legality of the contract. Clearly, his daughter's marrying down, essentially. Leo suddenly slumps forward in a convulsive spasm. Bloody saliva splays across the floor as he gasps for air, and he stumbles towards his bodyguards, but falls to the floor. He hits his head hard on the steps, and a pool of blood quickly begins to spread across the white marble. The nobleman's house guards lunge towards the stairs as the rest of the guests let out collective scream, and wealthier partygoers' bodyguards get information around their clients. Saeed's probably seeing something very familiar here. As Leo's guards near their master, they also suddenly fall to the ground, turning the elevated platform into by the head tables into a massacre as blood splatters across the white linen. Akuba Kasha, who you guys know as she's the adjudicator who helped you guys get in and also has been working with you guys. You see her across the way. She ducks down to get cover and sees you and shouts to you to do the same. You see that the crowd is roiling up and getting, people are running towards the doors. And Leo is lying alone and bleeding on the steps. He stretches a hand out towards Amira, who he seems to recognize, as if to be asking for help. So yeah, he looks like he dropped. You could see actually. Well, any of you can roll observation. It'll give you a little bit more information based on what everybody gets. So any of you, not any of you, all of you should roll observation. Oh, next I'll roll for the NPC as well. God, you guys are not observing anything today, are you?
Hey Daniel, I just wanted to say
Yep.
before we get further on, I made Ramon my friend
Nice.
since
Since Demetrius bailed on you, all your friends bail on you.
yeah.
Fair enough.
1-6
Oh, nice. Okay.
for me.
Did you get anybody else? Nope. All the other three of you were not paying attention to this particular thing. Observation is a wits check, right?
Yeah.
Because she does not have observation, but she has wits. It's not a it's a generic talent, right? So she can test it. We just do a quick test to see if Chandra sees anything. Although I guess you saw it, so it doesn't actually matter. But you know. Oh, here we go. No, she doesn't see. You guys not seeing nothing. I mean, there is, it's a little hectic. So, but Amira, what you noticed for sure was, of course, you saw him crash and fall to the ground, which is terrible. But the bodyguards, very particularly, you saw they were clearly shot. He did not look like he was shot. Like you didn't see like an exit wound from him, but both bodyguards looked like they were shot from somebody on the other side of the room. It looks like because it looks like the exit wound was towards you, but you don't see who with only one success.
Okay.
So yeah. So what do you guys want to do? There's you can hear some like I said, Akuba kind of drops down behind a thing, and she's like, "Get down!" And she's remember she's dressed in this like beautiful red dress. She reaches down. You hear the sound of duct tape being torn as she pulls out a pistol. Apparently that's what everybody does around here.
Cyrus hearing the shooting going off and not having a gun, she with her human arm. She reaches up to the sleeve of her robot arm and she goes, "Sorry, Amira," and then she rips the sleeve off so that she has more movement with her robot arm.
Nice.
Amira is gonna go towards Leod. He's
okay. Yeah, his two bodyguards are splayed out on the stairs. They were actually carrying Vulcan carbines, I believe. I'll quickly check that. But they did have weapons. If for those of you who don't have weapons, if you want to try to make for a weapon. Jar Jar draws the other cricket that she has, and kind of ducks down. All right, you're gonna move towards Leo.
Yeah, kind of. If I can kind of crouch down and kind of stay behind whatever I can on the way there. So I'm not like just standing up and running,
Yeah, you'll have to move across about 10 meters or so of just open space because he's on a stairway that's kind of, but
Okay.
you can crouch down until you get there, till you get closer.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough. What's everybody else doing?
Where's the shooting coming from exactly?
You didn't see it.
Okay. We could only tell it was coming from somewhere across the room, basically.
You didn't see it.
Oh, I didn't see it at all. Okay.
You did not see it. You have no idea why everybody dropped. Only Amira saw the bullet holes. Everybody else just saw people drop. You don't know why. You didn't hear any weapon fire.
Okay. I'll follow Amira since she seems to know what she's doing.
Okay.
Famous last words.
How about Saeed and Rahman?
Go ahead, Said.
Well, every time I leave Amira alone, she always gets a sucking chest wound. So,
No doubt.
I think I'll stay next to her.
All right, you're gonna run forward. Okay.
Yeah, if I see her going, I'm palming the cricket and going forward.
Rahman is gonna rush towards Amira as well. seeing her.
Okay. Yeah, as you guys start to move across the floor, you see two more of the house guards come out with carbines, and they see you moving towards, of course, their boss who's on the ground, and they level them at you. And they say, "Stay back where you are." You know, they're kind of behind, like Leod's like laying on the stairs, like reaching out to you like this, and they're kind of behind him. You know, they raise these carbines.
I just want to see. I just want to talk to him. I mean him no harm.
They're looking around, like, you know, they get the carbines. They're kind of low, and they seem a little unsure as to what they should do, since he seems to be bleeding out in a huge puddle on the ground.
Yeah.
Uh,
In fact, I have a friend who knows. Supposed to know metacurgy. If Saeed's behind me, can we like? Can he try to help? Can you try to help him? I mean, if you would, Saeed, if you would do that.
Yeah, I will.
I'll
Let us
help you
help
out,
him.
Saeed. I'll help you, Saeed.
Okay.
All right, make a manipulation check there.
Okay. I have my dice thing. There we go. Oh, 2 6s.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, I mean, that's almost certainly going to be fine. But let me just make sure. Yeah. Yeah. They seem a bit confused, and they kind of say, "Help him if you can." And they start looking. One of them keeps the Vulcan kind of aimed at Saeed as you move forward. He just says,
Right.
"One of you," and the other one kind of is like looking around. You know, to make sure that nobody else is approaching or whatever. And you hear the echoing sound of gunfire, small arms fire from different parts of the large space that you're in.
Okay. Saeed, will you help? Will you try to help him?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, if you move up
will.
on him, you'll see that he looks pretty bad.
Yeah. Still, he's escaping justice this way.
Yes.
Yeah.
No entry wounds.
You do not see any wounds on him. You can see that he's his eyes are bloodshot and he's coughing up blood. He seems to your best. Well, you can make a metacurgy. Actually, you can make a. Yeah, make a metacurgy check, and we'll just go from there.
Limit to success.
Yeah, so you could you think, well, you know that he definitely has been poisoned. And there's probably not a whole heck of a lot that you could do for him, right? You know, here in the middle of the floor. And he says to you, he starts talking, trying to talk like, you know, really soft.
Right. Amir, if you want anything from him, you better ask him now.
Oh, okay.
Are you helping him? The guy says, he's kind of like pointing the gun.
Yes.
We're trying. We're trying.
Yeah, you would have to make a difficult metacurgy if you want to actually keep him alive more than a minute or so.
I'll try again.
And that's if you have like a men, so that's -2, and you'd have to use an M dose or something if you have it on you. Otherwise, you won't be able to do it at all.
Well, since I don't have one on me.
But if you don't have any M doses or T doses, you can't actually do anything at this point. Yeah. So yeah, you can just make him comfortable, I guess, basically. So yeah, I mean, the guy, he's you already passed the manipulation, so it's fine. He thinks that you're helping. You also see a Kuba moving towards you guys. And she immediately like flashes her badge, and you know, at the guy, it says, "We need to get him out of here." And as she's dealing with that guy, Leod says to you, "I know that you've been following the trail. Akabata is not the mastermind.
Who is?
There's someone behind it." He coughs up blood. Someone. It's a hegemonist.
the ambassador. This is an Nathan ambassador. Is he involved?
I don't know exactly who, but it's someone. They're trying to wrestle control from the consortium by creating strife between the Order and them. Don't trust anyone. And then he dies. In a very dramatic way.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to cause strife.
Yeah, and at the point, Kuba runs over, and you can hear gunshots going off, and she says, "We need to get out of here. Is he dead?"
He's dead. We tried, but his wounds were too grave.
So she looks at the two guards, and she says, "Take his body. You can't, at least get him out of here." And they listen to her, and they take the body and start moving, back towards the probably what is the area, kind of the areas where you guys came from, which is like the staff housing. And of course, Jar Jar's kind of ducked down behind the thing, and you see her waving for you to.
I'll grab the carbines.
Sure, you can do that. From the dead guards. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, two of them there.
I'll field strip them real quick. Do they have any extra rounds or just?
On the guys, each person just has a loaded carbine and one reload on their person.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes.
I'll throw a carbine at Ramon and a carbine at Cyrus.
Nice. Yeah, he catches it or tries to.
You can catch it.
He's gonna drop that, tray of baklava. It's gonna scatter all over the place, and he'll catch that. Yeah,
it goes in slow motion. There was that moment of you trying to think, should I let the baklava fall to catch the weapon? What does Ramon want more?
It's like a old school John Woo action movie where everything slows down for a second, and you see the baklava flying everywhere. He dives in the air to catch the carbine.
Okay. So yeah, you hear she's signaling you over, and towards the kind of there's like a lot of people have run towards the front because they don't really know where they're going. But of course, Jar Jar lives in here, so she starts to kind of point you in the direction towards the back, like kind of the back of the hall, and starts to move in that direction.
Okay.
Akuba is going to. She tells you, "Get out the back. I'll meet you later." Clearly, there's something going on here that we need to investigate. Because of course, she didn't hear all that.
Right.
And she takes a she actually has an accelerator pistol that she had strapped to her, and she just takes that and moves forward with her fancy red dress. And as you are moving towards the back, there is an explosion. Da-da-da! It is blast effect 4. Okay, so I'm gonna do a blast effect 4. You have a little bit of a flashback, possibly, of a similar explosion that you were a part of before.
Oh man.
No. Fortunately, though, for you guys, it's too far away. It goes off too early, or whatever. Or maybe it wasn't meant for you, or you're just in this area. And you guys are heading for the one door, and this explosion goes off. And you hear a handful of guards fall. Because they got blown up. And Jar Jar is running forward the back. And as you guys are running towards the back, this is where I can use all my darkness points. Who has mystic powers now? At least two of you I do, right? Test mystic powers. Both of you.
Okay.
Holy crap! Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Hang on one sec. 9, 10. I just have to. My dice. 1 success.
Okay, that's enough. So that's enough to not completely collapse on the ground. So you start to run towards the back, following Jar Jar, and this is all kind of happening at once. So I'm going to narrate a bunch of stuff, and then we'll deal with it. You feel a searing pain in the back of your head, like a massive headache, and then down to your chest. You feel like you're going to actually like throw up, and your eyes start to water. Your skin gets itchy. You stagger a little bit, but you guys both made your successful. Won't do anything mechanically. However, you feel the pain all over your body, and you start to hear voices. You can make a culture check. Both
Okay.
of you. Anybody affected?
Dang.
Okay. Yeah, you cannot interpret.
You know what? I'm actually gonna pray because I'll get a +2 because I prayed to the traveler before we started our journey.
Oh, nice. Okay, go for it.
Just 1 success again.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. So you both hear it, and you both understand. It's in Zalosi, and is a chant that's repeating. We carry your crown with us. Your suffering, our actions. Our hands, your blades. In the name of the martyr, we separate darkness from light. And then it repeats itself over and over again. You also hear a song, which we've heard before, kind of coming through your body. And even though you're feeling like a little bit sick, as the song starts to come through your body, you actually, the pain disappears, and you feel almost like lighter. And you can use it at any point. You'll have one extra die, both of you, that you can use for something.
Oh, nice.
During the scene at some point. But while it's happening, well, it's not happening at once. Let's see if this happens. Well, I really should put this together. Jar Jar's running. And
Will you, when you get a minute, repeat what we hear one more time?
yep. Okay, so combat. You don't hear anything, but okay, so 7, 8. Okay, 8 dice. Oh my god! Oh no! Wow. Okay, you guys are running. The two of you kind of you stagger back a little bit. So Saeed and Rahman, you see that your companions stagger back a little bit, but you also notice that Jar Jar staggers back a little bit as a bullet rips through her. Oosh. Okay. Well, it's gonna be. She drops the that case that she was carrying. They had the Vulcan carbine in it, the fancy one, and will also take a crit. Let's do this. 2d6. 4 and 2. Crushed foot. Okay, yeah, she gets shot in the foot. So you see her foot get shot. She trips and falls, drops the case, and you see that her foot is well, probably more likely what happened, because it doesn't make any sense. She's running, and the bullet actually hits the case that she's carrying, which then drops down and like smacks right in like her shin, and lands on her foot, and she falls over, and you can see that she's like trying to get back up, but her foot is very hurt. And Yeah. What does everybody want to do? You don't see anybody, but you know that she was clearly shot at, although you do not hear a shot.
Raman says, "Get down, accelerator rounds." And then he rolls to the side to take cover,
Okay.
and he's gonna try and observe where it's coming from, or
Okay.
by looking at the trajectory.
Sure.
Yeah, I
What's
think at
everybody
this
else?
point taking cover is a good idea.
Okay, so you guys are all diving behind cover. How about Saeed and Cyrus?
Cyrus is trying to just kind of stay down. She doesn't have a weapon, so she's just kind of trying to stay hidden as best she can. I mean, I don't know.
You didn't take the Vulcan carbine that Saeed handed to you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. I sorry. Yes, I did.
Okay. I mean, you can still get down, but you do have a weapon. But
Yeah.
you didn't take it.
Yeah, I do. I forgot. I just blanked.
That's okay. All right, go ahead and roll observation, Roman.
Come on, baby. I only got 3 dice. Oh, I think he succeeded.
Nice.
Yes. Very good.
Good job, Ron.
Two
Oh,
successes.
2. Okay, nice. All right. Yes, you see, kind of down the hallway. Because you guys are running like into this hallway area. It's a big. I mean, when I say hall, it's not like a little skinny hallway. It's like a hall. You guys go behind like some couches and stuff, tables. You see further down. You don't. What you see is the shimmering shape of a person kind of move. They seem to blend perfectly into their environment. Almost. Hold on. Actually, it's +2 for that. Oh no, you don't see that. You do not see that. You think you see somebody, but you're not sure where it was. It was hard to tell. But you can kind of tell that it came from further down the corridor. So behind you, where in the main room, you can hear gunshots going off, and there's like some kind of a fight going on out there, whatever it might be. But up ahead of you, you definitely know there's somebody shooting at you with an accelerator rifle. And I guess we should probably roll initiative too, because it might matter. So everybody just rolls a straight d6 for that, unless you have a special talent that does otherwise. So let's see. Oh, without tokens, it's hard to
5.
do that though, right? All right, yeah. You guys, I'll just call the numbers. You can just tell me when it's your turn. 'Cause I don't want to set the thing here because we don't have tokens, so it doesn't work that easy. All right, cool. Actually, I can also shrink this down because. All right, so. Okay, so 5 for Jar Jar. Okay, good. All right, so who has a 6? Oh, looks like Cyrus has a 6. Anybody else have a 6? No? Okay, Cyrus, what would you like to do? You can't see anybody, but you know it came from further down the hallway. You are currently in cover. There are other things, like you could move, let's say, and dive behind more cover if you want to. Because there's lots of stuff in the hallway, so if you want to move forward like that, but obviously going behind cover takes a fast action as moving. So the corridor itself is like maybe 90 yards long before it seems to open up into. I think I say corridor, but it's like a really wide open space. Then it looks like it opens up into like back doors, which is probably I guess where you're going. Also, Jar Jar
Okay, and
couldn't
that's
move
where
that
the
last round, so
fire's
she's laying in the
coming
middle of the floor. Well, I mean, that's where the bullet came from. You're pretty sure because of the trajectory of. Since Ramon got one observation, he didn't see who shot it, but I'm assuming that Ramon called it out.
Yeah.
And you know that came down the
Okay,
end of the
she'll
hallway.
just
And Jar
she'll
Jar's
just like
hold on.
move over toward.
Go ahead.
She's just gonna move to like like as she can, like the edge of the corridor, like the corner of the building, basically. And she'll crouch down there,
Do you want to move
like like
towards the doors, away from the doors, or stay where you are?
towards them.
So you're going to move forward and then seek cover again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to use 2 movements? So do you want to move 20 meters and then hit cover, or do you want to just move 10 and then hold on to a fast action?
Move 10, hold on to a fast action.
Okay. Perfect. 5. Well, Jar Jar's on a 5. Unfortunately, so is the person who's shooting at you, and I think Ramon's on a 5 as well. What's your agility, Ramon?
His agility is 5.
Okay. So you're going to go first. So you can see Jar Jar's laying in the, she dropped that case. She's got shot in the leg. She's trying to get back up, but she's not able to do it yet because you're faster than she is.
Okay. For Cyrus, where did she go right now?
She moved forward 10 meters and jumped behind like a cover.
Okay, Ramon's gonna run towards Cyrus and he's gonna yell out, "Get down! Take cover," he says. And then he's gonna try to cover her because, he knows that she's gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay. So you're also moving forward and getting cover?
Yeah.
The same distance? Okay, fair enough. Okay, and then actually then it's the assassin's turn, who is going to try to shoot again. Well, not a very good shot that time. As she misses completely. And then it's Jar Jar's turn, who can get up. She can move at half her speed, so she's going to get up and move a little bit forward and get behind cover. And who's on a 4?
Saeed is.
Okay. Go ahead, Saeed.
And she's critically injured, you said?
She has a critical, but it's not a life-threatening one.
Okay.
She's basically half her movement because she's got a crit. She's got a broken foot, essentially.
And she's in cover.
She dove into cover, yeah. No, she did.
Okay.
should get that-
I'll just
that
eyeball the hallway. Is can I see the shooter?
You can make an observation check.
Or not.
No. Yeah. Nope. Amira?
I think I'm going to stay behind cover for now.
Okay. Okay, so we roll back around to Cyrus. You move forward some. Ramon's now up there with you.
And am I up to the corridor yet, or like, is that still further ahead of me? Like,
Oh, that's weird. Looks like the stream died. No, you got like a long way to go before you get to the. Huh. All right, I guess we'll end it. Hold on.
okay. Cyrus will say, you go left, and she'll move 10 meters again and save another fast action, and she's still moving towards the corridor.
Okay. That's so weird. Man, I'm so slow. I think it died like 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. All right. Well, luckily we're recording it. So if you are watching this in a recording, I don't know why I'm talking about time. Okay. So we'll just play. So yeah, you move forward. Okay. And sorry, I gotta get my roll 20 up. That's for Ron.
Ramon's gonna look for the shooter
Okay.
because he
Observation.
doesn't know where to shoot right now. So
Yeah. You can make an observation check. Nope.
oh man.
Okay. And then we're on the 5s, which is the shooter, and then who's going to shoot again at Chandra, who's now behind cover. So there's a minus of dice for that. Cover, cover, cover. I know it's here, and I can never find it when I want to look for it. Difficulty, range, close range, armor and shields. Here we go. Oh, actually, here we go. Common covers. Different. Yeah, we'll say she's behind a table. The table seems fair. So that's three armor. So here we go, just in case it hits her. Okay, 1 success. So we get to roll 3 armor against that. Oh, nice. Shot goes into the table. And then Charge is going to get up and move. She's moving slow, but she's gonna try to move forward. Making a movement. She's actually going to move out and get her case, and then move forward. As well. And then we are Saeed.
Somebody cover me. And I will hold my move until someone affirms that they will cover me.
I got your back, Saeed.
You hear that same reply from Ramantua. I will cover you.
And then I will go when I know they can cover me.
Right. Yeah, you could do like an Overwatch to cover people if you want, but they do not do that. All right, so they think they're covering you. Yeah, so go ahead and so you move.
I will
you
move.
do not get shot at. Yeah. And then Amira. Yeah.
I think I'll move towards the others where they're
Okay.
trying to get down but just the 10 feet. Hold the action.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys do
Yep.
that. I mean, you're kind of doing. You're very dressed up, but in a very military fashion. You're moving your way down, taking turns, moving back and forth. Yeah. If you're just gonna, so then we come back around to Cyrus.
I'm gonna say that corridor is pretty long, right? And we're
That
not
is
even
correct.
near the corridor yet. All right, I'm just gonna use my
at the rate you're
Oh.
going, it's going to take about 8 turns to get there. Yeah.
I'm just gonna use my full movement to get there as best I can. I'm gonna say
Okay.
I'm
Just gonna run
moving
30
up.
meters.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just run up and don't see cover. Fair enough. All right. How about Ramon? Your buddy just ran up.
Oh, brother. Yeah, he's gonna follow right behind him, behind her, and he's gonna say, "What are you doing? You wanna stay? You don't know where the shots are coming from."
Indeed.
And he's gonna go after her.
Okay. Yeah, you run up there. You guys run up down the middle of the corridor, and then you hear a shoof as a shot goes by. At Sharja, who's still behind a table, thankfully, because she hasn't moved yet. Unfortunately, it goes through the table. Ooh, that's 6 points of damage. I don't think it should be. I have to actually check Sharja's hit points at this point. But there's also another crit there. So let me do the. Let's do the crit first, because that's since I'm already here. All right, crit. Oh, we know that's not a good crit right there. So I don't even have to check the damage. 6 and 5 is crushed skull. You are instantly killed. So she's behind this table. She's ducked down, and the shot just rips through the table, and her head explodes. Yeah, not good. And she drops that case with the beautiful Vulcan carb from before. And yeah, that was terrible. Okay, so then she doesn't get to go now. So now it's Saeed.
Well, since everybody else is running, I will go on Overwatch.
Okay. How about Amira?
I'll keep moving behind
Okay,
cover.
you got it. like safely, or are you gonna just charge forward like your two friends?
No, safely. I've had
Okay.
one sucking chest wound. I'm not looking forward to another one.
Nice.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
So just keeping behind
yeah,
cover, but still
yeah,
kind of
run
trying to
forward
move
and dive.
forward.
Yeah. No, not you're patient, unlike the youth. Speaking of the youth, all right, Cyrus, you ran up and the shot whipped past you and killed. Well, you don't know that. Well, maybe you might have heard a gasp, but you definitely heard a rush. Yeah, what would you like to do?
Yeah.
You don't see. You're just
All right.
running.
So
I mean, it's not like because again, this is not all happening at once. So it's not like you run and you stop while everybody else does shit. Like you're just running full tank down the center.
yeah,
It's all happening at once. basically.
So I didn't mean to imply I was not seeking cover. Like I meant more like I was gonna move up as far as I could and then seek cover. So
Well,
that's
I
what I'm gonna
specifically
do
asked
this
you,
time.
are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then like you asked, and then I said, and then I was like, wait, and then like it was too late. But it's okay.
All right, so you're gonna run forward 20 meters and then dive behind cover. So use all your actions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How about Roman? Also standing in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna follow Cyrus, and he's gonna try and restrain her once she gets to the cover, and tell her, "Don't run anymore. You're gonna get into the fire. You're gonna get shot."
Nice. Okay. You know what, Side, since you're on Overwatch, make an observation to see if you get a shot off before this person can do their thing.
Nope, just me and my fingernails.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you. you. Well, I mean, you basically just notice, maybe too late, whether or not you want to roleplay that you shot a couple rounds or whatever. The doors at the end open, and you just see like a blur move through them, and then they close again. And then it's actually your turn.
Okay. Well, I'll move then. If I think somebody went, I'll move and then seek cover.
Okay. I'll let him hear it.
I'll go check Jar Jar.
Yeah, because I guess you don't know for sure. Well, actually, like half her face is gone, but you never
Yeah,
really
Amira
know.
will move towards Saeed and Jar Jar when she, carefully.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you do that, and you guys get behind cover, and maybe the other two move forward towards the door or whatever. But essentially, this person has left. Nobody else shoots at you. As far as you can tell, they're not there. When you get up towards the door, are you gonna follow through the door, guys, or are you gonna just like run up it and stop when you see the captain and them stopped? It's like some
Raman's
Ramon's,
gonna hold Cyrus and says, "Don't do anything impulsive. Let's go back to Amira. It is dangerous to just rush forward."
What happened to the Rahman I knew? The Rahman I met on board that ship, he would have had no problem going after this murderer.
That is the problem. That is me, not you, Cyrus.
Well, dang it, you need to do more stuff that I can do too.
Well, I don't know. Let's go and check on Amira.
Yeah, let's go there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, essentially, I mean, there's still you can hear it's reducing, but you can still hear some occasional snaps of Vulcan carbines being fired behind you, but nothing seems to be moving towards you as you look at Jar Jar's body, which is she's clearly dead, with half her head blown off. Yeah.
Raman looks at Jar Jar and says, "Oh, poor woman. Who the heck was she?"
That's right. You didn't have time to find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a prayer to the Lady of Tears to like guide her soul to the afterlife.
Okay.
I'm gonna take her cricket and hand it to Mira.
Well, thank you.
What about that case? Should we take it too?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you can take it. I mean, it's like a gun case, and you know that she had stuck. Remember she had some files and stuff. She put them in there.
Yep.
And
I'm going to take her body.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Throw a body up over your shoulder, carry her right away.
Yep. Yeah, I'll fireman carry her out.
Okay. You're gonna head towards that back door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just soon let them think there's a possibility she's alive instead of
Smart.
thinking they killed her or letting them know they killed her.
Right. Very, very smart. Okay, yeah. So you guys approach the door. It's again big double doors. They look like they're going outside, and you can hear lots of noise again from behind you. It seems like it's pretty quiet out the door though. It probably goes on to maybe it's like a servant's entrance, maybe.
Saeed's got her over his shoulder. I will open the door, or unless if it's pretty quiet, I'll just kind of open the door slowly.
Okay. You can do that. There's an explosion. Okay, everybody can test armor against that if you'd like.
Are we wearing armor?
If anybody's wearing it, actually, it might not be. I guess because you're all dressed up in fancy clothes. Yeah, nobody was wearing armor. I don't think.
No.
So,
I don't
so you
think so.
cannot. So that's one success, which is damage 1. So you just take 1 damage.
Ouch.
Fortunately. And yeah, the doors blow off, and you guys fall backwards as you take some damage. And you look out, and you can see that you can see that this is kind of a back way. It's not necessarily it's like a servant's entrance, but not like for deliveries. It's kind of more like people can come in and out. It looks like it goes into like a kind of an outside area, like a kind of a private garden. And you can see that paths go through the gardens, and there's like a wall, and you can that clearly goes outside. You don't see any guards or anything out here.
I think I might be better if we get home.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely get through this garden. Whoever it was that wanted Jar Jar dead seemed to not be, following up with you. Anyways, they're not trying to kill you, except for the bomb. And you can get back to your ship with little trouble. You do hear from Akuba. Actually, she's there. She's at your ship waiting for you when you get there. And I guess you show up with this woman, unless you're going to dump the body somewhere. I don't know.
No, we're going to
Yeah.
keep the woman. I'm just trying to figure out a way to keep Aziz from seeing the woman.
Okay, yeah. You show up and you see, with her dress torn, and her hair is kind of messed up, and she doesn't, she clearly she has a pistol, but she doesn't have it in her hand or anything. You see Kuba waiting there, smoking a cigarette. She sees you coming, and she says, well, I'm glad you got out of there. It got a little crazy. These, you mix these syndicate boys with the Geminists and their bodyguards, and they're really quick to pull the trigger.
I'm glad to see you made it out.
Yes, thank you. And then she looks into with this like after face hanging up, and she says, "Oh, I see. Your friend didn't make it. That's unfortunate."
Yes, it is. And as much as I hate to steal from the dead, she has that tag with the info on the smugglers, right? Want to make sure we keep that.
Yeah.
Jar Jar did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does that. Do you tell Kuba about that, or you're just
No,
telling
I'm
me?
just making sure that
Okay.
we remember to grab that. It might come in handy someday.
Yeah, and what she had was information as to where the stuff was being sent, which is
Yeah.
which is out in the sunken Sul Mahal Palace, um, in the Sultra Valley.
Right.
So I think I said I was going to tell you about this last time, and then I didn't. Essentially, just quickly, this was a pretty prosperous um, settlement, you know, and then I forget how long ago it was. It was like maybe 10 years ago. They had actually found some spacefarers who had been lost in space for a long time in stasis, and they brought them there because there was like an asylum that they were helping them. And one of them apparently, from the darkness between the stars, made his mind sick, and he actually opened the cat what they call the cataract dam and flooded and destroyed the entire area. So it's basically been abandoned. But from what you know, from what Jar Jar told you and stuff, this is basically where these people are sending the stasis pods. It's pretty much in the middle of nowhere, in like a very swampy area. You would need to take like boats to get there, essentially. I mean, I guess you could fly there in the ship, but if you fly in the ship, it would be once again very difficult to land. But of course, you're welcome to try. You do have the best pilot in Third Horizon.
Right.
But that's essentially how they were bringing people over. They basically would load the what they were calling the pallbearers. They would load the stasis beds onto these like flat bottom boats and bring them out. It takes about anywhere from 4 to 8 hours to get out there, depending on how fast you're moving from where you're at. So you know that much going into this. I don't know if you want to tell Akuba, if you want to hang out with her. She basically tells you when you see her there that the adjudicator has asked her to stay with you and help you because things are getting a little crazy at the station, and this the emissary needs to be found, or if not found, the whoever is behind this needs to be revealed so that justice can be served.
Yeah, I would share what we know with Akuba. I think
Okay.
she's been helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. She knows a bit about the history, just like what I just told you, and she's gonna try to get a have the Coriolis space station do like a satellite like picture to see if you can get some more information. She tells you, and because it's
Oh.
nighttime now, and she says, and perhaps we can leave in the morning with that information.
Any help you can offer would be, accepted with our thanks.
She says, and I need to get out of this. And she's in her fancy dress. You can see it's like torn, and she has like a vest, just like a protective vest under her fancy dress.
Yeah.
But she says, and I need to get into some more comfortable clothing. She smiles.
Yes. I think all of us need that.
And then she walks up and she like kind of puts her hand on the shoulder of the body of I keep wanting to call her Jar Jar, but it's Jaja. Jaja. And she says a brief prayer to the Lady of Tears, and then she bids you farewell and walks away into the night. So she's gonna come back in the morning, hopefully, with that information for you. How you want to keep the dead body from maybe Dimitri will distract the boy. Remember, you also have the 2 other people on the ship. You got a lot of people on the ship.
Yeah. Well, we got.
You can also
stasis.
access the storage area from the outside of the ship, so you don't have to walk through like the living
I
quarters.
figure we'll just put her in one of the stasis beds for right now.
Okay.
We've
Yeah,
got like
definitely
20 stasis beds in there someplace.
Exactly. You got plenty of space for that. Yeah, and basically what she has is kind of what I described. She has information as to like the coordinates, roughly. They went by boat, so it was more just like a rough coordinate. They're like land coordinates, not like spaceship coordinates of where the beds are being taken. But also that carbine is quite nice. I need to send you the information on it. Oh, speaking of information, I need to tell you what you heard again in the.
Yeah, please.
Where was that? That was. Okay, so it was it was in Zalois, Zulci, I guess I would say it's Zalosi, the language of the Zolcians.
Mhm.
You know. We carry you. We carry your crown within us. Your suffering, our actions, our hands, your blades. In the name of the martyr, we separate darkness from light. And then it repeats. And there was like kind of a soft music that kind of gave you a little bit of juice, which you didn't actually use, but it's okay.
Okay.
I'll put it in the so it's there. You also heard that, Cyrus, with the mystic's power.
Thank you.
The weapon that the carbine that we got from her is it says equivalent to a Legion Day Al 3. See page 124 of the Coriolis rulebook. So let's look at the Coriolis rules. Let's see. Page 124. I'm assuming it's something special, because I wouldn't have wrote it in there. It might be useful to you as you're about to move into what could potentially be a dangerous area. Well, you guys are getting some really nice weapons because Ramon has the. Okay,
Yep.
so let's see. It says Legionary Carbine Delta 3. Carbine produced and used by Legion comes with built-in grenade launcher. Advanced recoil dampeners and an extra large drum magazine. Who wants that?
Oh, I
Sounds like
think
Saeed to me.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
I
got
think
Said's
my
name all
darling-
over it.
I think my darling has a new toy.
Hmm.
All right, so I'll say, since that's all it says about it, is if you use auto fire, you know how normally you run out when you
Yeah.
roll a 1. If that happens, we'll say the auto fire stops for that round, but you don't have to reload. You can do it again. We'll say that. That seems fair.
Okay.
And it has a
Didn't-
built-in grenade launcher, so that's pretty
didn't-
cool.
Didn't Said fight for the Legion in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably-
and it's very appropriate. And also Rahman was in the side of the hegemonists. So yeah, with the accelerator rifle, it's good.
Nice.
We're-
That's
we're
true, 'cause
Getting
that's
all
what
our
they
old
use, right?
weapons back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The
So let's
judge
see
is
what
giving
kind
us back what we lost.
All right. What kind of grenade should be in there? Let's see. I'll give you a good grenade. You can pick one grenade that's in there. I'll let you pick.
Ooh, one
Yeah.
grenade.
Well, I mean, it's a grenade. I think it probably only holds one grenade. I'm imagining.
Yeah.
At a time.
Oh,
Oh, actually, she has. Actually, it does say what grenade she has, but you can pick one too. I think she has a smoke grenade.
she
A
has
smoke grenade. But you can have one other one. So one smoke grenade and then one other one, since I said you could have it. So,
Stun grenade for sure.
well,
A
if you don't want
stun?
to kill people.
I'm
No,
kidding.
No, we've learned that stun grenades are basically useless. Well, they're
Well, we
useless
might as well
because
go
you
big or go
choose.
home, right?
Yeah, right. Well, they're only useless because you choose whether or not you want to crit, which means
Yeah.
you
Right.
might as well take something that does more damage. Because, like, if crit was automatic, then it would make more sense to use stun grenades, because then you'd use them when you don't want to kill somebody. But you'll never kill somebody if you don't choose to crit. So, Yeah.
Right. So we'll
So,
just
yes,
have
we've
to have a
learned that
thermal grenade.
There you go. I don't know what that is, but I'm imagining you're taking the most badass fall.
What the? Yeah.
Yeah. No, take it. Whatever you want.
Take
Send more grenade.
the thermal barrack. I'll take the thermal barrack then.
Do it. I'll be surprised, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What is it, like blow up the entire world?
Just a limited tactical nuke. That's all.
There you go. That's useful.
Yeah. All the times we could have used that.
Oh man. Okay. I'm curious. Where are the grenades again? They're not even on the.
129.
I'm just curious. I mean, you can have it because I said it. I would never take it back because that's just not how I roll. Of course, for every grenade I give you, I give 2 to the.
You could
Oh yeah, blast power 9. There you go.
Yes.
That's what
It
you want.
is. Powerful explosion,
oh,
shockwave, and cloud of fire. It is a small limited attack.
Yeah, it is, and it has short range, that's dangerous because remember the short is 20 meters, so
Yes.
that's its blast radius. Oh my god, that'll be fun.
It is. It's a small limited tactical nuke.
Yep, so we weren't messing around. And it has fire 3. Makes objects and targets catch fire when they're hit by the weapon. The number tells you how many dice to roll for the fire each turn.
Those cost 4,000 burr.
Do they? Nice. It's worth it.
And since she made it, can we make it silent?
No. No. But remember I told you there was reloads that was worth it. Those reloads are all silent. All the Vulcan stuff is silent. I can't remember how many reloads I said. There were 6 of them, I think.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and just the way that the thing works, it's Vulcan ammo is Vulcan ammo, so because it's also crazy illegal, so don't get caught shooting that.
Right.
And what they use to basically capture the emissary. So, I mean, right now you're probably not going to be in trouble, but just know that you have that. You have 6 reloads of that. Okay. And because of the nature of this gun, the way I described it, it'll take 2 reloads to reload the gun because it doesn't empty out when you run out the first time.
Right.
So you are more than welcome to load it up with quiet if you want. I mean, Rahman has like the ultimate sniper rifle. You have the ultimate military rifle. So I think you guys are ready. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so did you want anything else tonight? Or just, you'll be healed that 1 damage that you took, of course.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because that it only takes like an hour to heal a point of damage, I think. So you get to sleep. If you're sleeping all night, you'll be fine. And when you get up in the morning, you kind of get your stuff ready. Akuba shows back up. She tells you that the space, there's a heavy communications jam that's going on there. There's something down there that's jamming a communications. Obviously, from the Coriolis ship, they can communicate into it, but small communicators like you'd be carrying on you will not. Once you enter that area, a few kilometers around it, you'll basically lose all communication. So she couldn't pick up much more than that, but that's something to be wary of. And that's all she really got. So you see the area. You can clearly see this place. There was no life there from what they could tell, because it was nighttime and nobody was out, basically, possibly. But there is clearly some buildings there that could be occupied by people. And let's see if there's anything else you would see from the outside. And also, I'm trying to see if there's anything outside that you would have been able to pick up since you were able to do that. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say that they actually saw what they believe, although it was hard to say because they were underwater, even with the satellite pictures, what they believe to be stasis pods that have been like sunk in the area. So it really seems like this is probably this is it. You know, where they're at least where they're going. Although you've encountered stasis pods before and not found the people you're looking for, so whether or not this will work or not is a whole other thing. And you're able to get boats if you want, or you can fly in. Just if you want to try to fly in, because of all that disturbance going on, it'll be very, very difficult to land there. And it's swamp, but I know that Ramon likes to fly, so you can do it. But just know that it will be a, what do they call it, a ridiculous -3 pilot to get in there.
Raman looks at the map that Amira presents and he goes, oh, so when are we flying over there, Amira?
I don't know that we are.
He cracks his knuckles and he says, it should be a routine flight.
But where will we land? Where on this map would you want to land?
What I usually do when we come across a very wet area is to hover around for about 5 minutes, and the exhaust from the engine would dry out the place, and we can land there. It has, I've done this before, several times. Of course, I would definitely look for a dry patch.
Of course, we'd be pretty conspicuous flying in on the ship, wouldn't we?
I would always fly very, very low and make sure that their radar do not catch us. Oh, we should be fine, Amira. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm still a little worried.
And we have Saeed over here, and perhaps he could hold a service to make sure that the icons would watch over us when we fly over there.
What?
Perhaps you should hold a service in the chapel.
I thought you were kidding. You're actually serious about flying in there.
We're not going to fly.
Oh, don't worry. It shall be a routine flight.
It will. I think it would alert everyone to our presence, or I'd let you. I believe you could make the trip, Ramon, but I think it's better to not fly into the place we're going to perhaps have to attack people.
The way I figured it is that if they're headed over there, then we could probably cut them off. It's much faster to fly than to take the ship or walk or take other transportations. We would just go zoop, land on the dry area, and we shall be ready. Set an ambush for them, perhaps. Icons willing. With their blessings.
Yes. The icons are very. I'd hope they'd be with us, but I just don't think it's a good idea to take the ship over there. You agree, right, Saeed? I'm not crazy here.
Right.
Well, Cyrus, back me up here.
I mean, if Ramon says that he can do it, you know, I trust him.
Oh, I trust that he could do it. I trust that he could land it. Whether that's a good idea or not is what I'm. The fact that I'm even considering it shows how tired I am.
You know, I could probably boost the EZO exhaust in order to ease the process.
You do realize that you're just not responsible for just us as a crew now. We got several guests on board.
And the Sacred Oasis is the safest place to be. And if we are away from Sacred Oasis, who should protect them? If we are several days away from Sacred Oasis, I would fear that they could perhaps run into trouble.
Well, Dimitri will be here. We'll keep an eye out for him.
Yes,
And
but
there's always the AI on the ship.
But you've seen Dimitri fight before. He's not a seasoned veteran like you and I, Said.
Yes, but that's something that we're working on. I mean, he's advancing. I mean, we all started someplace.
And as far as I know, he's no pilot. Not like Cyrus, at least. And then he winks at her.
Right. Well, maybe you could start him on some VR courses or something. Bump up his pilot rating.
Ah, come on, Saeed, Amira. It is me, Rahman Al Qasim. You've been flying with me for the past 2 years. You can trust me. Don't
What's
worry.
the AI's name? Dasan?
Tasim.
Dasin.
See,
Right, so Dasin pops up. Oh, I can definitely take care of the guests. This is basically a 4-star hotel these days.
Yes. Um,
Well, Amira, if you give me a order as a captain, I shall, of course, follow your wish. But let me make it clear, very plain and clear as a day, that it is a task well within my capabilities.
I am not doubting that you could land this thing safely. I'm just doubting the wisdom of flying a ship that's kind of obvious over to the enemy's castle.
Very low to the ground. They will be not be able to see us at all. We'll be like a snake in the grass.
so now you want to take this treetop level
Of
through
course.
that terrain.
How would you avoid detection?
Okay, you're not driving a grav bike here, Ramon. I mean, I understand you're good, but
And he also has me on his side, and I'm probably the best, engineer out there as well. So, I mean, you got two people with two skills that could do a really good job. Just, you should use us. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Cyrus. You're my best buddy.
No, I can't take the ship. I can't fly the ship right
Yeah.
up to the enemy.
you
All
heard
it-
the captain.
I mean, all I would have to do is blue shift the ion thrusters.
I don't think this is a discussion anymore. I think the captain's come down.
All right.
So that's
I can't risk
basically
the ship.
that's the air. I mean, that's the kind of area you're flying into, which Iran could definitely land.
I have every faith Ramon could land it. I'm not disparaging Ramon's skills.
Oh yeah, of course.
I am.
No. I'm
think
not.
Ramon
I'm
could
just
land it.
saying I just think it's a bad idea to fly up to that place.
I think he's hopped up on all that fancy baklava from the other night.
But I do value Ramon, not just for piloting, but I mean, he's been a great soldier and infiltrator for us. So
Yes.
He's hopped up on baklava. That might be the best thing.
sugar
And
high.
then at that moment, he like pulls out a couple of baklavas that he saved in his pocket and pops it in his mouth. And munching it, he says, so I'll be allowed to take the grab bike, no?
Grab bike won't go through where you're going. It won't go in the water.
Before she walks away to do whatever else she needs to do on the ship, Cyrus will pat Ramon's shoulder and say, "Well, I tried to stick my neck out there for you."
Yes, I know. And then he offers her another one of those snacks.
Tried. All right.
He's not going to fit
good
in the
to-
pilot seat very soon.
Ron's getting quite chubby.
It's just a couple days worth binging baklava. That's all.
So much
After the
baklava.
wedding, he gained like 3 pounds.
Okay, so yeah. So are you gonna fly? I mean, if you fly there, it'll. I'm assuming no, based on what Amir said, but it'll take
said
about half an hour to fly out there.
As
about
far as
4
meta?
hours.
As for meta, he normally gets 12 dice, so 3 would be 9, and if he fails, then he'll probably pray.
We're not taking the ship to the enemy's castle.
Oh man!
All right, yeah. That's all right. 4 hours to the swamp is not a bad deal. So Akuba shows up in full Akuba, armor.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, that
9
could be a
guys.
good strategic. Yeah, and Desan is, it will take care of the. Desan will take care of the. It's like the 4 seasons in there.
I want you to be able to have a space battle eventually, Ramon. And
Yes.
if the ship gets blasted out of the sky, that can't happen.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you start to travel, and it doesn't take long. I mean, you basically get, again, there's all these canals that run through the area. So you kind of Akuba's able to get you some boats, a boat, I guess, and you guys kind of get on, and you start, you still get to pilot it, Ramon. So you can drive the boat out into the marshes. I mean, when you're close to the conglomerate, it's basically just like rivers and stuff. But as you get further and further away, the waters get dark, and you start seeing like reeds and algae growing up. There's lots of little islands kind of popping up, and you can actually see, as even just an hour out, even though you're only about a quarter of the way, you can see where there were at one point probably factories or buildings, and you just see the rooftops now. Not because the water's deep, but because they literally got covered in mud and just got the water here is not that deep at all. But if you were to like swim down to the bottom, you could almost swim through the mud because there's so much of it just stacked up. So lots of birds. You're kind of coming out into the in this area, and still remaining from before the disaster are basically what are like electrical lines and poles that are kind of stuck up out of the ground, but they're kind of going across. So you can see the various plant life growing off of it. So this is very. When you travel through Vermont's. Well, actually, a couple of you guys are from Kula, right? So it's very much a kind of a swampy, jungly area. Unlike the other jungly area that you went through, it was more kind of, it was wet, but it wasn't like this. As you kind of go through, okay. The brief history I can read to you. So let's see. You're going there. Let me just make sure I'm getting all the good stuff. Oh, there's information about flying, but you're not going to fly. Okay, let's do something a little different. Everybody roll a d6. Tell me who gets the highest number.
Just roll it in. Roll 20.
Yeah.
Oh, not me.
Mm-hmm.
Why I hate roll 20.
Oh, I know the horrors of rolling a 1 on a d6. I could tell you some stories.
Right.
So far, it's Saeed and Rahman are tied for
two
4.
highest. Yep.
Okay, the 2 highest. Okay, so of course that's the case. So I guess I'll have to pick. There's just 4 possible things that could happen, so I figured I would just do it this way. Oh, yeah, of course you picked them. All right, so you are traveling by boat when you see around you, all of a sudden the water is very, very shallow, and you look and you can actually see there's lots and lots of roots kind of coming around. But you guys can test, and everybody can do this. You can test observation or science.
Okay.
I'll definitely
This is
be
kind of a
testing
strange
science.
area.
Can do observation.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, because you're all just kind of looking at. You see this weird kind of mucky area where you think the water should be much deeper.
2
there you go.
6s.
Nice. Yeah. So everybody but Cyrus.
I wanted to pray.
You want to pray? You can pray if you want.
No, I mean I wanted. No, I'm sorry. I thought my thing was up. I wanted to pray before we left the ship to get a bonus thing, but
Just wanted a little
you should have
chapel
prayed during
time.
There was no time for praying because everybody was arguing about whether or not to fly the ship. So you're kind of watching it, and you realize that you're actually looking at, even though the water looks shallow, you're looking at a layer of what you know that the well, I guess you didn't know culture of this, but you've probably heard of them. Well, I guess 2 of you are from Kua. They're called the dark worms, and essentially these are these long worms, right? They're anywhere from like 20 centimeters to a meter long, and they kind of cluster together in big groups, and noise and activates them in a sense, and you've kind of drifted into a huge patch of them. You can see them moving under the boat, but they're not reacting at this moment because they are, because you're basically, it's calm. But essentially, you know that if you like fire out the motor on the boat any faster or whatever, you'll probably activate them, and they might pull the boat down. So yeah, you're kind of in a pool of these things. You got, let's say, 100 meters that you got to move out of this pond, and you can't use the motor in your boat. So what do you want to do?
Don't want to use the motor in the boat.
Well, if you do, they will fire themselves up, and you know that they could take the boat down. It's not 100% sure, but if they do get activated, then you know that you would need to be able to pilot the boat very successfully out of here, or the boat could get pulled under. And being in the water with these things is almost certain death.
Let's stay quiet.
Right. Yeah, it would take a
Do we have any
brave,
paddles?
a brave pilot to get out.
Oh my God, stop
But
baiting him.
It'd be very
Stop.
dangerous. It could kill the entire party.
Rama's gonna say, we could outrun it. The engines of this boat, I'm sure, will be able to handle such a primitive little creatures. After all, Amira, you're from Koa like myself.
I am, and that's why I know that you are incorrect. We should stay quiet and move silently through this patch if we can.
Well, if you say so. But perhaps we could provide a distraction. I could launch a grenade far away from our path, and perhaps they would be attracted in that direction.
I mean, or they could feel the vibration of the launcher on the boat and come right up to us.
They're quite far away from now, so I could use the launcher and have an explosion to the side. And if we turn on the engine right now and then cut the engine before we get into their
Aren't they-
range.
Aren't
No,
they
you're
underneath
in the middle
us?
of them. Yeah, they're underneath you.
They're right
You
underneath
drifted
us
into
right
them, yeah.
now.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you drifted into them before you saw them, and then you cut the engine because you realized what they were.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right. You're basically surrounded by them at this point. Thank you for that darkness point earlier, Crystal.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean,
Roman's-
you're basically surrounded by them.
Roman grabs that, fancy rifle, and then he's gonna level it way behind him, like a few hundred meters or something, or in the extreme range. And
Right.
he's gonna fire the. Well, I mean, he's gonna look at Amira and says, "It's going to explode much far away if you let me shoot it."
I swear if you get us all sucked under and killed, I will haunt you from the judge's. I will use the judge's sword to take your head.
Wait,
But
that
yes,
can.
you have the
All right.
silent ammo, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, a distraction might not be a bad idea.
Okay. Raman gets one of the grenades. I think he's got like 3 or 4 or something.
Oh, you have a grenade launcher on yours?
Yeah. He's got the
Well,
grenade
I don't think that's quiet. Only the rifle
Yeah.
itself is. I mean, grenade launchers don't make a whole lot of sound. They just go. Doom.
Yeah, he's going to. Let's see. Pretty sure he has a grenade launcher built into that thing. Yes, it does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not 100% quiet. So this is. I think I have your plan, right? You want to shoot the grenade and then to distract them and then shoot the boat out of there as quickly as possible. Okay. So I mean, the grenade launcher is not completely quiet, but that's a good idea. So you don't have to roll to shoot, obviously. You just have to use a grenade. But you'll need to make a pilot test, but just at -1.
Okay.
And you'll be able to get out. Otherwise, they will rile under the boat, and then we will figure the rest of it out from there. in a mirror will take to your head with the judge's sword.
Mhm.
But you are a very good pilot, so pilot -1. You just got to get one success. One success will get you out. You know.
All right, here we go, pilot.
Yeah.
Did it go? Does the boat have any bonuses? No, right?
No, it's just
Okay, let me put
basic
one
boat.
negative here.
What happened to all
Okay.
this confidence?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just went. Whoa! There we go.
Yeah, Ramon's like,
Oh,
"Hunk."
By land, sea, or air, Ramon is the best pilot.
Four critical successes.
Nice.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah.
And basically, he shoots it, and as soon as that happens, you would not have imagined this type of boat to go that fast. But he cuts some of the parts, and then all of a sudden puts the throttle to the maximum, and you feel that tug. It's like whoosh, and you feel that push, and the boat's out of there real quick.
Yeah, you rip out, no problem. And you see these things, and they're moving towards the other direction, like they didn't even hear the boat because you're a technique of, I guess, just awesome
Good
pilot
job,
technique
Ramon.
of yeah. He is a good pilot.
No problem. Like I said, I've seen these creatures before.
All right, good. Yes, you're able to do that. That wouldn't be bad. So, you
Amir will
you
give him a piece
travel.
of baklava like a Scooby snack.
She's got baklava. There you go. Catches it.
Just
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
at this point, he's like, "Oh, I've had so much baklava for the past 3 days. I do not think I can handle another one."
But one more.
right.
Yup.
So,
You see me then.
right. So you're able to travel through the swamp. I mean, it's pretty desolate. But aside from the riling worms, you don't really encounter anything that seems super deadly. You don't see any people. Although you have heard rumors that some people still live out here. They do various types of either they're just living off the land or they're out here collecting sugar globes, which is a pretty decent business. And as you move through the swamps, eventually you kind of break through this area and you look up and you can see the broken cataract dam. It still has like little bits of water kind of coming over it, and like it's very misty, but obviously not like it was. Let's see. I'll read that to you. I think again. After many hours in the dark swamp, the Sul Mala and the broken cataract appear out of the mist. Hundreds of tiny brooks and waterfalls from the northern plateau cut through the ruins in the valley. The water becomes shallower when the palace's towers and aqueducts dominate the view ahead, and the boat reaches the shore. Moss-covered trees and bushes grow among the once beautiful marble benches and pavilions. Low walls and paths run through the area, but the tasteful landscaping has been turned into an overgrown maze by the floods. You are basically in the palace gardens. It's a ring of terraces and architectural marvels that used to be the heart of Sultra. By the way, as Akuba had predicted, none of your communicators work anymore. So several of the terraces have collapsed, and the road up to the palace is covered in thick undergrowth and loose gravel and mud. The ground looks steady, but has been hollowed out in many places as you progress. Okay, nope, Jar Jar is not with you because she is dead. So yeah, you'll have to basically park the boat and walk from here to get to the top, because you're essentially in the palace gardens. You got to kind of work your way up these broken paths. Is there anything that you would like to do before you make your way up there, or as you're making your way up there?
Can I use command to say like be careful or something to give everybody a little bonus on
For the
stealthiness?
climbing? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I would like to do that. Let me roll that. What's my? Oh, that's right. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9,
Cyrus grabs a hydro spanner from her tool belt and
10.
gearing up her arm to be able to hold on to that ledge better.
Yep.
Nice.
Everybody,
Smart.
be very, very careful. And two sixes, so a couple points.
Oh, that's good. So right, so that's, and then again that's a group. So whoever needs them can
Right.
use them.
Yep.
Let's see. So as you're heading up, one of these three things could happen. So I'll make it random because I don't really know which one I want to use. Okay. So you are climbing up, all of you, including Kuba, who's with you, of course. She has an accelerated pistol, but she's dressed in that armor like a bad Mama Jama. And suddenly, the ground suddenly disappears under the feet of several. Because I'll burn extra points for that. So all of you. Yeah, there's basically a collapse. A sinkhole opens up where you guys are at. You must pass a demanding, so -1 dexterity test, or be sucked in. And if you are sucked in, then we will deal with it from then. So everybody must pass a demanding dexterity test.
Okay.
Use up all my darkness points here.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I could have so do it as well. There's a group of stats. Boy, she's way at the beginning.
Dexterity check, right?
Yeah, at -1.
Oh boy.
What, -1?
At -1, yeah.
Oh man, I rolled a straight dex. Hold on a second. Let me re-roll.
Okay.
The minus.
Dexterity is agility, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has 6 dice. Okay.
Ooh, I failed
Okay.
with the -1.
I'm going to pray to the dancer if I can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can pray if you're going to do it. So,
'Cause, yeah.
you failed as well. Okay, that's good. Are you also going to pray, Roman? And did anybody else fail?
Yeah, I'm gonna pray, and I'm gonna use one of her command.
Okay.
Amira's command points.
Yep.
Okay.
I got 1/6 that time with the praying.
Okay, perfect. There you go. Okay, Roman, that's all you need. I think is 1. How about the rest of you? Did Saeed make
They
it?
made
Yes, you
it.
did. And okay, yeah, okay, and Akuba made it. So you guys are actually good. Everybody's good. All right, yeah. So there's a little bit of you can describe that scene as a sinkhole fall since you guys both almost fell in. Let's hear how it went down, Amira.
Yeah, we're climbing and I feel the ground start to give way and I start to slip into the hole and I pray to the dancer to give me fleet feet and manage to catch myself on the ledge, pull myself up.
Nice. So since you only got 1 success, so it was only the most minimal to succeed. Everybody else got 2, right? Or Roman got 1 as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you will both drop whatever you had in your hand, which I'm guessing was probably a weapon. So bye.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, because they're climbing, he wasn't holding on to anything. But
Well, you weren't scaling; you were walking up terraces.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say I dropped the cricket that Saeed gave me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whatever weapon you had out, because I mean, you were approaching this place. You had your weapon out. That's how
Okay.
we're gonna do it. 'Cause
I'm
You could
gonna
say that you
drop
had-
that Vulcan carbine that he's given me. Said had given me before.
Right. Okay. So that's gone, and the cricket's gone. So, but other than that, he didn't die, which is always good. Yeah, it's good that you passed the test because that would have been much harder to get out if you hadn't. So yeah, so you were able to with the sinkhole you dropped that carbine, but luckily you have like 6 other weapons, Ramon. So he's like loaded up with guns. The other 2 are able to leap through no problem, as was the adjudicator who also got 2 successes. So probably what ended up happening was you guys were in front, Ramon and Amira, and it collapsed down, and you guys kind of jumped back, and everybody else was kind of further back, so they were able to kind of scatter back, and you guys make your way around towards the top. And I think we're gonna leave it there because it's almost 9 and we're about to break into a new section. So after an odorous climb up the terraces, the PCs reach the Suma. Yep. Go ahead, Crystal. Sorry.
I just wanted to say that when she can, Cyrus will give Amira her Vulcan pistol if Amira doesn't have a weapon now. I don't know if you do or not.
I just have a melee weapon now, so I will take it if you have an extra.
Yep, she will hand you her Vulcan pistol.
Yeah, I just have my fan. So.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we will leave it there.
Thank you.
No problem.
I guess we're not live anymore because we had a crash, but I'm gonna put this right up. So we will
Mhm.
likely not play next week, but I guess we'll play it by ear because I am having my second vaccination shot. So on the day before, so just in case I feel too wiped out, we won't run. But if not, we'll be back the week after. And yeah.
When Cyrus hands Amira the gun, she's going to say, now don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell over at Bandit Keeps Live actual plays so that
That's
you'll
very
be
good advice, Cyrus. Very good advice.
notified
Very
on
good
future
advice.
videos.